is John. I've been noticing stuff about the core and the Earth. I noticed it's starting to terraform. I also noticed a lot about kids that have powers, or claim to have, and their heritage has been found out and discovered. I should know, because I believe I may be Senator Drax's grandson. How do I know? I have a gut feeling of rejection. And a lot of the things we know about the real Batman was based around his The Batman in the 30s. Actually, it's all truth. During the time I noticed the rocks I was taking pictures of, I was very in detail. If you notice the line in depth is some kind of just different. My rock was pretty much just no line. And then it looked more luminescent. There could be explanations, and I was trying to search for it, and I wouldn't search up. During those days, I looked up for several hours, staying hours and hours on. Each one looked different. Does this perspective look different? It's a different rock. But still the perspective looks right. Perfect order. In the Bible, it was talking about you shall participate in, you shall be a champion. Well, I know that pretty much I had high expectations, and my friends have told me about destiny. That sometimes you're not predestined, but you're ready. Well, I have very dark skin and about the human empire and all these questions. So let's put it in short. I was pretty much born with a disability, autism. But more of that, something fiery came out and it didn't look right. That was, okay, pretty much, normal, but still to this day I consider that I may be related to that guy. Others, which then they try to pair me up with someone else. I get very agitated, and I'm very happy that I can work my way out of it, because people are trying to hurt me. Then I tried really hard to guess. I clue in then to the best fault thinkings. Though you were sovereign over Jehovah, all the other persons whoever he pleases to, that he will keep his champions to be happy. But the one thing I'm trying to talk about is Lady Ravina and Senator Drake. Now the comics have been alluding to them so much. But let's get a brief in detail of what could be my family, and what it has to do with this type of thing. I believe in sometimes in the end, there's been so many continuity of actual true stories that literally, as generals, people have problems. Let's start with the earliest version. When I was born with a disability, I achieved so much. I made it all the way through, well, I can't go into detail, but really hard. And I have high functioning, and people still treated me like crap, and I achieved up to the top, like Ravina. Ravina seems to have achieved it in level 10, Kung Fu. I've done a level high, like my choice is Batman comics. When my brother was playing Batman, I was like, great. But I remembered something similar to notice, and I'd freeze. This is my past. The literal Gotham that's been around. I mean, how many planets of exoplanets has made sense that there may be similar counterparts, exactly as it is? Each continuity had a son next so splendidly, and would name Dick or Bruce. Simply, the first one could have been the Dark Knight, if you wanted to say. And as Dick became pretty much angry, he may have had sons, and pretty much we know what happened. He got powerful, had a mother, a belonging, and went too far, as people like Trump would want to say. There are things out there, but they're not important to our overarching story. We should always remember the perfections they made. Some remembered Robin, and Robin, before he became Joker, helped Miss Vicky Vale helped people. Now again, this is one of the hardest things to say. Before Tim Drake, there was a man known as the Batman, and they've been taking care of his friend. He's him over there. He looks a lot like the hair, if you can tell, in the nose, the crooked end. It said that he may have married Lady Ravina. He became the Batman, the greatest of them all. Pretty much bigger, better, and original. During this time, several times before, as he'd said, Earth 2, which they unpurposefully said because it's pretty much he would send it, and probably a cod share saying, we're going to do a story. We're going to continue my life's work. Robin grew too old to become a girl and became a Dark Knight Robin. For a long time he cowled, to the point where they were destroyed in Earth 2. There's more explanations if you read the comics. Around this time, I've seen a future that could be or will be, whatever. Among all of them, there's a Selena or a Kyle, or family member after an infinity shock, similar that it's pretty much when we see out in our side our galaxy, an explosion happens. This could be me when it happens. I'm definite. I'm sure that's what happens to me, but good things happen always to me in that way. So now we need to go under the family tree, the real family tree of that. Well, in many universes, maybe Selena had kids, and one would die off and the other would go on. He'd reject it, simply. It got out of hand and so it caused a lot of problems. Even if she would fight, they'd continue on. And on, and on. There was no need to tell because pretty much her kids would become Catwoman. For years, I guess you could say the 30s styles were pretty close. That every counterpart needs its former Robin. And pretty much I'll explain backward what I mean, because it's so hard to understand with parents these days. So pretty much she has a kid and pretty much rejects it, and they are thinking about it, and they may go on a cat and about just to go on an adventure for the grandson. Now this is mainly for you, Senator Drake. You need to come on hiding and help others. Senator, your grandfather, how many continuities and how many histories there's been. And we can extend the timeline. Now, a future alone is nothing but a loving story about to begin. So I believe that during this time that the convention is also the Oxus itself. Dick Grayson, another son, probably took on the name from Grayson, the title Batman. Of course, we know that as the 80s one, which was pretty much longer and before us. Now we know a little bit about his legs. I was just talking about that because, and even the stature of the nose and the chin. I mean, they've used so many versions, it's always the same. But even the curse I've seen, I always seem to hide from it. But the most important thing is, I don't run. They are good examples of mistakes and legends that make happiness. Over the years, I trust in everything through Jehovah's perspective, no matter what the person may look like, even if exactly like this. I remember the examples of faith. They work together, they provide, and they become legends, even if they are long since deceased or not. I have faith to end this war of suffering if the heroes come out like this. And these are pretty much what they look like. 30 people that have talked to them on what they look like. That's what Lady Ravina looks like in every picture we got in the 30s. Apparently, when I looked up Teen Titans of Tomorrow, people said, that looks very familiar. Well, yes, that's Lady Ravina, the Batman. I don't know what they talking about the Superman thing. I don't know what they're talking about Mantis and Snow Mantis. Well, over the years he got strong in real life and pretty much got a lot of money. Now, New York is pretty much Gotham. We don't know where the Batcave is. It's been transferred so many times, I betcha, one of them, that pretty much there was reasons. There you have, I guess, a bitter ending? No. The good example is that the city always needs a hero anywhere you go, and it's him. And everybody needs to work as a team. Everybody. And they had so many good examples of failures and hard dealings and good dealings. Even, I just want my family back. That's all I want. I want Lady Ravina and Senator Drake to come to their terms, and pretty much come to terms with their son, or grandsons, I don't know how many I'm blind. They're realizing that so many problems have happened, and I'm having the same thing. And I'll go through them quickly. One, state secrets should not be unlocked. There should be true love. Three, they should take on and continue the cowl. Four, like they used to, they have a great deal and continue on. Okay, so the Trump photos to say as an example of how people would take on. Two, some of the comics and stuff and take families back. I have faith they should bring back the talents and bring back everything. Follow the patterns of the father families into the new future. No matter what the mother and no matter what the father teaches them. on. And I am the grandson of a man after season. I'm not too happy about it. It's actually kind of soured me up with a tear, but it's actually happy that I know some of the secrets, because I got a picture of it, and people have seen these people before, except for the green guy. I don't even know what he is. He pretty much is probably in his own corner or whatever. It just makes no sense sometimes. But it's becoming literally true with exoplanets. So, with that being involved, if any of you have heard that, it is entirely true, because every single damn time I try to wake up and say I don't die, or nothing seems antagonist, so it's really tiring on a full grand scale, and I have a gut feeling because of hate, feeling, contention, love. I know where I belonged, and I actually found a few sites and it would shut down on me. The websites would continuously shut down to the point where I'd actually get really mad. When I looked up wind industries, there were 117. Then I found the website where I guess he got a tour of the cave, and just from a back shot, he was being honest. He was an old man, about 30, 45. But Drake, if you're hearing this, you should pretty much do something about this whole grandson. You have a son named Timothy too, so I mean, grandsons are important. What I only view in a thing would be is pretty much just letting us know that you know, or you do not know, and leaving us from there until a destiny, or teach us about it, and just then let my mom do her own thing. I mean, I'm not saying it, I'm just saying that there's problems going around, and my mom really loves me and doesn't want me to go over the board reality. It makes more sense that this guy exists. This guy will never stay. One of these two, and they have connections to the story, but it seems to lag on. Even DC seems to take it from a true story. That's all. And look at the head, the chin. It's beautiful, and I was blessed that way. My parents are so special to have me, and they're the only ones I love. I just don't forgive my grandparents that they didn't even know. Well, I hope sob video. I'm also going to say, who am I? I'm Batman. Out. Project Cars.